Welcome to our video blog to Love Puerto Rico. Thank you guys for joining as usual.
Yes, we're so excited to be back. We missed a week and we're just so glad that
It's only been a week.
It's been a week and we're glad that we're back.
It's been 3
but
weeks.
We're gonna have to take a break sometimes. You know, we're trying to figure this whole
It's-
YouTube thing, so it's good.
Yeah, it's good. We decided that, with the things that we have going on, we thought it would be best to just go with an every other week schedule. So we'll be releasing videos to Love Puerto Rico one week and the prayer moments another week, going back and forth. And I believe that'll fit more with our schedule. So, like she said, we're excited to be here today.
Yeah, we're trying new things. Derrix is venturing out. I'm venturing out into new things, and we still doing things together. So we're just
adjusting to it
a
all,
new lifestyle.
without getting overwhelmed and being overtaxed. And, we still have our family, still have our kids, jobs, and all those good things. So,
but we're still playing
a little chill hop in the background. We love playing chill hop, and this one does have a Latin feel. So
it reminds me of Puerto Rico.
For sure.
I don't know. I think just all the colors and all of that. But
it is pretty bright. There's a lot of color back there.
But
for
I
sure.
needed some inspiration.
Yeah, so we had to do something to change up the flow. So, but yeah, here we are again. It's been a busy few weeks. Still.
Yeah. But I think the main thing, we got connected with what is called
a Facebook group
for
expats, and it's people who are looking to move from these states and go to Puerto Rico. So that has been
helpful, and we're finding that there is a lot of people trying to move to Puerto Rico, even in the midst of the virus, in the midst of the earthquake, and all
economy issues,
and
all those things. People are still desiring to move to Puerto Rico, which is, of course, it's confirmation, but we believe that this is what God is calling us to do, and we're drawn to that. But it's still, whenever we hear those types of stories, it still sets us, in motion to say, hey, there are others who feel this same thing to move to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, even with us still feeling like we may have to move some things back, we keep feeling like, oh man, everything is going on. And it keeps feeling like, oh, we gotta push it back, we gotta push it back. But, we're still pushing toward it.
Yes, still
even
moving
in the
forward.
pushing back. I don't know if that, really.
No, it makes sense. It just means that, as things change, as things shift, we have to understand that we gotta be flexible, and that's okay, because, there are a lot of uncertainties in the U.S. as well as in Puerto Rico. The coronavirus is still real, still happening. So we're just trying to be flexible to it all, but still staying, I guess, grounded to our heart is in Puerto Rico. And we are making steps to move forward that way.
And I think, too, God is still showing us the different things that we have to do still while we're here,
Right.
And that's still preparing us until, we leave, even looking at the different things in our hometown of Mississippi. Derek read an article of...
Yeah, interesting times. Of course, the issue with race is still happening in our country. There's still dialogue. There's still things happening. But we are from Mississippi, and this week, after years and years of people wanting to change the state flag, Mississippi still was one of few states that still had the Confederate battle emblem embroidered on our flag. And this week, after immense pressure, after economic pressures from the NCAA, was saying they weren't going to have any conferences there. Tournaments, SEC, all these different things. So in the midst of all that economic pressure, they decided to change the flag. So they're not going to have that flag with the Confederate flag on it. It was a moment, of course, of mixed emotions, things like, why did it take so long and things like that. But they did vote this week that if the flag is changed, it's not going to fly above any buildings anymore. And coming up in November, they're going to vote for a new flag. So they have a commission that's going to design it. One of the things they did say is that the new flag must have "In God We Trust," and the new flag cannot have the Confederate flag on it. So, I'm excited about things that are happening, but that's our home.
Yeah.
So
I think when Derrix said it, the immediate thing that came to my mind, the first thing I thought about was Mississippi. It won't be the last state anymore.
Right.
You know, for years it's always been the last state. You know, it's the last in everything. You know,
a lot of statistics, you know, education
and,
levels and all these different things. It's last, and you know, hopefully, people in Mississippi, even where we're from right now, don't take this the wrong way. But statistically, there are a lot of things when it comes to economy and all those things in Mississippi. We are last, but you know, this is one of those things that can move from this. And my prayer is that it's not just a flag being removed, but it's really hearts being changed to carry someone else's burden. Even though some people may say, hey, this flag is just part of the history, and I agree. And we're not for whitewashing history and honestly like statues and all that being removed. I'm not saying all that, but I do believe the flag needed to change. But my prayer and our prayers for our state is that hearts would change, that people would carry each other's burdens, that they would see life through the lens of another person and how that may affect them.
Yeah. So guys, even in us still preparing to go to Puerto Rico, we still planning different things, trying to figure out, you know, about the car, you know, all, you know, there's a lot of
do we ship our car? Do we buy a car? Do we ship our furniture? Do we buy furniture?
But we're going to still pray for our nation, for our state of Mississippi, which we will always carry in our heart. We seeing things now that we're going to have to still use our voice for, even in going to Puerto Rico. Right. So we're thankful.
Yeah, we're thankful.
That's our heart today.
Yeah, it is that, you know, yes, God has called us to establish this house of prayer in Puerto Rico, but God does have other things that are in our heart, and I believe it's part of our assignment as well. So, you know,
I gotta say it. Since we've been here, and Derrix keep having dreams about Mississippi, it has never left. Every dream is about Mississippi. So it's something still in our hearts that we know that we still would carry and we still would pray for, even in us being in Texas and in Puerto Rico. And even in us being African American, we're still going to carry that voice for our people, and saying that there's still things to be
done, and God's just called us in that mandate that we're supposed to, you know, speak to this issue to help bring a kingdom perspective to the race issue or whatever, and we know that's part of our assignment. But as Tiff said, most dreams that are really impactful that I have, this setting is most of the time in Mississippi or in Clarksdale. So I don't really know what that means. You know, I haven't even asked the Lord about it. I always want to ask.
But we're thankful, and like Gary said, our heart is always to carry the voice of God, of what He's saying for His people. You know, we want His voice to speak through us. Right. So our hearts will always be centered toward Him, even in us, you know, still have debates as husband and wife. We have a lot of debates, you know. We have a lot of, you know, different moments.
We have to process different things, and, you know, we don't always see it through the same lens or come to the same thing, but we do want the same thing, and I'm thankful for that. We're thankful for, you know, this voice that God has given us, and we're gonna, you know, our prayers that our hearts are always turned toward Him. That as we speak, it's the Father's heart. You know, it's not, you know, emotion. It's not, you know, our own objective. It's not a political objective or something like that. But we know that the Father's heart is so outside of all those different
God,
things.
What are you saying in each moment of our lives? Right. I think even in us going to Puerto Rico, even in us saying, okay, we don't know where we're going, but we're going to constantly say, hey, God, what are you speaking? What are you speaking in our hearts for Mississippi? What are you speaking in our hearts for Texas, for African Americans, for our family? And I think that's been the forefront of our hearts, and that would be the one thing that we will carry. So in us trying to process, trying to figure out still this YouTube channel and what it represents and what it is, what are we trying to say?
Yeah, you know? And other things that God is leading us into. And I guess I'm thankful for this season of what God is doing right now. He's forced us to come out of complacency and out of our shell and out of hiding. I'm gonna say that out of hiding.
Yeah. So
and yeah,
we're here.
We're here, and we're gonna just continue to walk with him and do what he's doing.
And Derrix has a new YouTube channel coming out with him and his friends about to. I don't know what it's called yet, but y'all see it. So be watching out for that.
Yeah, we
got some more information coming on about that. So we love you guys.
Love you guys.
To love Puerto Rico.
And to love my beautiful bride, Tiffany. Love you guys.
Bye.